What would be your dream role?
Dream role. I think it's something that doesn't exist yet. Really, I think a dream role would be something that I get to create on my own, or help have a hand in creating, or a new story or a new role. What type of character would that be? Some, strong woman character, like a Katniss type. What is it? Xena, the warrior princess? Is that what it's called? I posted something about it on Twitter, and I saw this article where they might get the same person to come and do it, or they're gonna find a young newcomer. I would love that because I know there's swords involved. For a few months I did stage combat classes and sword fighting and stuff like that. Kind of gearing, because I want to have that skill set so I can be in these types of movies I enjoy and be these characters who get to fight and do cool things and not just be some damsel. I did a lot of that actually. I should put some on film. I'm gonna create a really cool warrior princess. Like Xena. What is the name? Is it Xenon? Xena. Okay, people are gonna be mad at me for that.
What were some food/drinks that are considered your favorite?
Food and drinks? I like wine.
How was your experience working with the NC, and what was your favorite character to play?
All of them. Can I pick all of them? Rita was always fun just because it actually was hard. Like, it took a lot of energy, and it was the costume, and it was like always really hot in there, which is why my face is always like bright red. I don't know if you notice, probably not, but something I noticed. Evelina's fun. I like that character, obviously, and I just no other characters really pop out of my head because I just played so many tiny spots. Gosh, everyone's probably like yelling at their screen right now. This one is Evelina, Rita Repulsa, and myself, I guess.
What TV show would you like to perform on, even if it isn't airing anymore?
Oh, I always said that I want to be on Game of Thrones, but like with a sword, not like in the brothel. Because I should be careful what I wish for. Get a casting alert. Oh, I could be on Sherlock so I can finally marry Benedict Cumberbatch. He doesn't know it yet. Isn't he already married? Didn't he get married? It's fine.
Any upcoming gigs you can disclose?
No.
Ever been on a boat?
Yes.
What are you doing now that you are no longer part of NC?
Pretty much the same thing I was doing when I was a part of the NC. It's funny, it's, it was a big part of my life, but I only filmed 2 to 3 times out of the month.
If you could convince Doug to review a movie you liked, what would it be?
I would want him to review something that I could defend in a way, I think. Look at me creating a scenario to where I gotta go back and be it. We did the Lord of the Rings series or whatever that one time, and there were so many things that he was saying, and the whole time I was like, yeah, but no, or like this, and so I think that would be fun.
How's LA?
LA is great, everybody. Thank you for asking. That's so nice. Everyone wants to. LA's great. It's different, but it's something that I'm used to because again, I grew up around this area. I'm from here, and it's just the culture and everything. It's not a shock. It's almost just like going back home. But now I realize the big differences between like different cities. Not that I've been in that many, but just from Chicago to LA, there's a big difference. LA is great. Just gonna use that same clip every time someone asks me how LA is.
What went through your head when it first dawned on you that your last name sounded like something else?
That never really dawns on a person. You're born with your name, and that's your name, and then that's it. I don't know why it's such a big deal. That's why I always joke about it.
You have only $5 to survive on for a week. What do you do?
Like survive on from where I'm at now, because I could survive on $0 for the next week from where I'm at now. But if I were like thrown onto the street with nothing but $5, oh, I don't think I would have much of a plan there. I think I would hold on to that $5, see what I can do what I can, and use that as a last resort. It's only a week though, No, I thought it would be easy. But it actually would be a nice social experiment because there are a lot of people who actually have to do that. So I hope that I never have to figure that out.
First seen in 1858. A. Elephant. B. Mustard. C. Teddy Roosevelt. D. Dracula.
In what year?
1858.
First scene. What? I don't know. Seen by who is the question.
First discovered.
First discovered by who is the question. What is
Elephant, Mustard, Teddy Roosevelt, or Dracula?
Dracula.
If you had to hide a body, who would you get to help?
Who'd I get to help? Krieger from Archer.
Are there any movies that you saw once and now refuse to ever watch again?
I recently watched the Maniac remake with Elijah Wood. I don't ever need to see any of that again. I don't like scary movies. I watch them because they're interesting to me, and I think the concepts a lot of time are good, but I don't like to be taken to that place very often. Fear. I like to avoid fear. But still like to watch it every once in a while. But only once is enough.
With your beauty and your last name, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much have you considered the porn industry?
10? Considered.
Batman?
I know. No, if I were gonna go into the porn industry, I'd be a lot more wealthy than I am now. And that is definitely a temptation that I'm sure a lot of people fall into, but I don't think you could really put a price on your dignity. Or at least I am not willing to put a price on mine. And then again, there's a lot of people in the porn industry who are actually very successful and have made their own decisions and are wise with them, but no. I do see, yeah, it'll come up on like casting things sometimes. And I'm like, aw, that's a lot of money. Bye. That's funny.
Batman versus Weird Al in music battle. Who wins?
Weird Al. I mean, Batman's not a musician, is he?
If you had to live in a different era, 20s, Victorian, Stone Age, whatever, which one would you pick?
I don't want to live in some type of ancient civilization. Those ancient civilizations that we can't explain. The Egyptians, Sumerians, things like that. That would still baffle us today. Just so I can know. Experience it. Some theories suggest that we already have lived in all those other eras, we just don't remember. So who knows? But yeah, I think ancient, the 20s, all that, it's all relevant. I could look in a book at all that. I want to know something that I would have an opportunity to know.
Be mine? Question mark?
Okay.
Haha, okay now, seriously.
Oh.
At what age did you decide to get into acting, and what was your second choice?
Oh, there is no second choice. I don't plan things out here, okay? I guess the decision was, I just found myself, I don't know. How old was I when I decided to turn it into a career path? Probably 18 when I was graduating high school and thought this is the only thing I really enjoyed doing. Everything else that was suggested didn't feel right. It's just, I kind of go with the flow and see where I end up. I think whatever plan you're on currently is the only plan there is, so just try and make the right choices.
Do you want to go on an adventure? I'll pack my bags.
I get it. Alpaca.
Meow. Do you prefer cabbage or Iron Maiden?
Like the band and the vegetable? I prefer cabbage because I really like coleslaw.
You have whatever you need on Earth to do whatever you want, but only for 12 hours. What is it that you do?
I have, what was it?
Whatever you need on Earth to do whatever you want, but only for 12 hours. What is it that you do?
Oh, I think I would access all those secret government files and blow the lid off all the conspiracies. I would do that. I would access things that us everyday folk are not allowed to access, and I would tell everybody.
Are you actually Satan's child?
Yes.
Back in high school, if you stuck with sports instead of acting, would you have become a professional athlete?
Oh no, because if I was good enough at sports, then I would have become a professional athlete. I got into acting because I was not as good at sports as I am at acting. Sports kind of it was everything to me for a while, but it kind of lost its point.
So far, how many of these questions have you been hesitant to answer?
I'm hesitant to answer all of them. I don't know if you guys can tell, but like answering questions about myself makes me feel really strange.
Do you agree that Buffy the Vampire Slayer is the greatest thing ever?
Oh, I've actually never seen it. I'm into the strong female heroine. Heroine is just, okay, I don't, that's...
Where in LA do you like to hang out? West Hollywood? Question mark.
Oh, are you implying something? Just kidding. I like hanging out in West Hollywood. I don't know, I don't live in West Hollywood, so I don't really hang out there. But I'm not gonna tell you all where I live. Good try.
What do you miss most about Channel Awesome?
I miss consistently working on just fun projects that just don't matter all that much, in the sense that I don't have to be a refined, like, trained classical actor all the time, and there's such low pressure, and it was just a fun project to exercise my creativity with some other creative folk who also enjoy what they're doing, and it was every 2 weeks or so. So the consistency in that was actually nice. I don't have the opportunity now anymore, unless I create my own, which I've been considering, but as you may or may not know, that's a lot of work to do. So if I do something, I know I talk about it a while, but I'm kind of going slow because I want to make sure that it's exactly what I want to be doing. But I'm also not going to go too slow because I'm probably just procrastinating. It's probably a mixture of both. So I'm going to try and find some more consistent work like that, because that is something I miss the most about the Nostalgia Critic.
Assume time travel is real. When and where do you go and why? You get 2 answers.
2 answers. Well, first of all, I'm pretty positive time travel is real. There's no way that it's not. Just because, you know, we can't really figure it out or don't have the capacity to do it at this point, or haven't learned how to use the tools we have, doesn't mean it's not real. I'm a believer in the unknown. But where would I go? I brought up those ancient civilizations earlier. Probably find out that nothing that we know today is exactly how it happened, and that's an interesting thought. But I would love to go see exactly how it was, and maybe even improve our current state, improve the environment, go back and fix things that seem almost irreversible at this point, which they're not, but we're in a big old mess we need to fix.
I'm sorry if you're disgusted, but I warned you. Does an artificial intelligence have a soul?
See, that's the question I want to answer. Why would that see, that's interesting. No. No, they don't, because it's unnatural in a way. It's dehumanizing. The whole reason that we as a human race are so important and so powerful is because of our soul and our consciousness. The thing that the robot is missing in the artificial intelligence scenario is what the essence of what a human is, which is the soul. That would be assuming if an artificial intelligence had a soul, that they'd be reincarnating, or they'd be, come from a source that was not man-made. In my personal opinion, that's the difference, and that is where we could get ourselves in a lot of trouble. Artificial intelligence with morals that are tweaked into the wrong, or in too logical of a fashion that doesn't understand the essence of the human soul.
What's your definition of a hero?
Someone who's brave enough to stand up for what they believe in, even if nobody else believes them or if nobody else supports them. Someone who is brave enough to say, I don't care what the system is, I don't care what's put in place, I don't care what everybody else says, this is what I believe is right, and I'm going to fight for it, and that's a hero.
Are you as free as the dust in the solar wind?
Mm-hmm.